What up, y'all? It's your boy, Once Grove. This is episode 105 of Casting 495 Celebrities Worldwide, C4CW. I hope that you're having a lovely, pleasant day wherever you are in the world, whether it's daytime, nighttime, somewhere in between, because we don't really know, man, if it's fucking daytime, nighttime, or somewhere in between, wherever you are in the world, man. But if you've tuned in, man, thank you very much. 495 thanks you. Sincerely appreciates it. So this is a continuation, as I often do, of the previous podcast. This episode 105 is a continuation of what we were discussing in episode 104, talking about broken systems being sold to America. Just dirty, corrupt punks who are selling broken systems, intentionally, knowingly selling broken systems to America. Things that just don't work, man. Systems, platforms, contraptions, contrivances, and products, services, just shit that they know does not fucking work at all. And so someone who knowingly and willfully sells broken systems to America is an execrable, meaning shitty, execrable and despicable. By the way, this is a mobile podcast. Execrable and despicable motherfucking piece of fucking trash, dude. Really, seriously. Because it's at your expense. And it's to the detriment of America. So let's talk about some more broken systems that are sold to America quite regularly. We talked about the buildings on the East Coast that cannot accommodate the growing population. They were built by contractors that had population growth statistics and estimates, and they failed to consider or observe that information. They did. They just didn't give a fuck. They tried to go cheap, man. They try to go cheap on the materials and then bill the client, the customer, some ridiculous amount of fucking money for some piece of garbage fucking project. Now, let's talk about the food industry, the grocery industry. You have grocery stores that are fucked up, man, that are just totally wayward and just scummy. Just totally fucking scummy companies. How do you identify such companies? I can't give you any kind of legal or business advice, but I'll tell you how I identify such companies. I'll tell you, it's very simple. It's very straightforward. Very fucking easy for me to identify a scummy fucking grocery store chain operation. In the 21st century, dude, if I walk into a grocery store and I see that there are, say, just a random number, just kind of random ballpark random, some guess of a number, some guesstimate, some estimate, 15 checkout lanes. Maybe not 15, maybe 12. Or who knows, man, maybe there are more, maybe there's 16, or maybe just 10. Let's go with fucking 10. Now, I've seen the numbers, I've counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like I've counted 13, 14, 15, 16. Depends on the grocery chain. Some grocery chains, man, some grocery stores, they have a very large number of checkout lanes. If in this era of automation, there are growing lines of human beings, and at the checkout lanes, there are just, say, 1, 2 lanes open. Let's go with 1, 2 lanes, right? Let's say that there are only 2 fucking lanes open in an area. Whether it's a small town, whether it's a village in a city like New York here, if it's in Chicago, if it's in LA, if it's in a rural community, some township out in, the boondocks, wherever, man, exurban area, suburban area. If you have an area where there are lines of people, even out in the country, like a little country town, but you got lines of people lining up to get groceries, right? If that grocery store has the ability to have, it has the ability. It is able to facilitate ordinarily 10 different lanes, right? So in other words, there are 10 lanes there, and you want for the checkout folks to be more innumerable, right? Or rather, I'm sorry, some motherfucker was honking this horn and shit. More numerable is what I meant. More numerous, okay? You want more checkout folks, right? You want more people for the 10 lanes because there are only 2 people currently on the lanes. And I just have to say these things again and again for emphasis because some people, for whatever reason, they're distracted. They're not paying attention. They're talking to someone on the phone. They're on the internet. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're at work. They're in traffic, right? So I have to say these things in different ways, with different shades and different nuances so that it's understood, that it's comprehensive, and I've covered mostly all angles, all views, all sides. So then it makes fucking sense, right? So, to everyone who's listening, so what I'm leading up to, what I'm building up to is it doesn't matter if you're in a fucking little town or you're in a big city. If there is a store that has 10 checkout lanes or even 6 checkout lanes, like it's equipped, the store is equipped to have the maximum number stated, 10, 6, 5, 12, however many. And there's only a small fraction of those lanes open, like 1 or 2, okay? And that's not an isolated event, like that's not the first time, but it's happening more and more, like increasingly so. It's happening more and more on an increasing basis. Okay? So in other words, that's become the norm. That's become a regular occurrence at that fucking store, that grocery store. It's not like I get it, dude. Your grocery store, you're understaffed, and I totally understand. People don't want to work for low wages, so someone quit or left or whatever, had a problem with management and got fucking fired, and you're down to one person, or someone was sick, or someone just didn't show up today and didn't call, or called because he or she's running late by like 8 hours, or whatever the fucking story is, right? I get it, dude. So you're understaffed. So you got one person on the checkout lane, right? Totally understand. Here's the problem with that. It's been happening every day for the past 30 days, motherfucker. Cut the shit, dude. Cut the motherfucking shit. And here's how we can fix it. And if you don't do this, you're a dick-sucking punk motherfucker. So I noticed that you have some self-checkout lanes over here. Like 2 of them or 4 of them, right? And I noticed that you turn them off at nighttime. Like really early in the evening, too. Because, we're on the East Coast. And people work late. Some people work night shift. And some people get off really late. I noticed that your self-checkout lanes are always conveniently turned off when people get off work who work late. That's really weird. I mean, this is the East Coast. Why would you turn them off so early? So here's what their fucking story is. Oh, well, sir. The thing is, and they're immediately hostile. Because companies now, a lot of them, they're not open to customer feedback. They don't really fucking want you to give customer feedback. They'll give you a little coupon, a little thing, a little receipt that says if you call some number and you provide some information about your experience when you were in that store, you might win some bullshit like $100 gift certificate or some fucking $500, $1,000, $1,500 or $600 or $200 or $50 or whatever bullshit, right? Because what you're really doing is you're doing work for that store. You're doing their job. You're observing for the store what management should be observing through all the cameras and the mass surveillance society. You're actually working for the store for fucking free. And then it's a lottery system. You might win something. You might get something in return out of like 10,000 zillion people. They might be like, oh, I'll toss you a bone. Here, we just tossed you a bone, sir, ma'am. You got a $50 gift certificate. Thanks for your feedback, your customer survey. We really value your opinion as a customer. Yeah, no, you fucking don't. $50, dude. $500, $600, $1,000 to observe your store that I've observed for years on end, why it dwindles, while it's fledgling, while it's a piece of shit operation. You've been doing the same scam. You've been fucking keeping your store understaffed for years, you dick sucker. You're a fucking liar, dude, and you're a scammer, okay? The little savings in your fucking store that you put in your local newspaper, little local savings, right? The little store savings and ads and shit. Dude, fuck you, dude. Standing in line for 20 minutes to buy one item isn't savings. Your little 50 or your little 30 cents or save 20 cents or get 13 cents off or however many fucking pennies or fractions of pennies off on your which equate to your deals. Dude, you know the irony is you equivocate. You fucking equivocate and you vacillate. Okay? You're a fucking ambivalent liar. Yeah, waiting in line for 15 minutes, 20 minutes while someone who's lethargic, and I'm talking about able-bodied. I'm just talking about someone who hates his or her job and doesn't want to fucking work. And you've got that person on the one checkout lane that's open or the two lanes. They're always interestingly just very slow. And I'm not talking about people who have special needs. I'm talking about able-bodied people who don't want to work.